The Martian is a movie that I think is pretty damn good. Directed by Ridley Scott, adapted from the novel of the same name by Andy Weir, the film follows Matt Damon as he climbs the imaginary ranks of being a lowly botanist to a full-blown
Space pirate.
The film takes its premise very lightly, with Matt Damon providing variably entertaining quips and remarks to heighten our own mood, as well as to further the film's main message of engineers get shit done. This lighthearted, fun mood makes the film feel doubly intense when things start to go horribly wrong. And believe me, things go wrong. Like, seriously, these are some Murphy's Law levels of antics. The film follows Mark Watney, a member of the Ares 4 Mars missions in 2035, and is generally committed to providing scientifically accurate explanations for everything within the film, tackling astrophysics problems to solve their solutions, with the added help of unnamed future science discoveries. But apart from slightly advanced technology that we wouldn't actually be able to make today, they're pretty accurate. Save for the actual dust storm that starts the entire film, or Mark flying through space with a hole in his spacesuit like Iron Man. But besides a couple scenes like this that honestly just add to the coolness of the film, it takes a pretty impressive effort to maintain scientific accuracy, or I guess consistency. The film uses a lot of interesting and exciting camera techniques that, as someone pursuing filmmaking after high school, felt like pure ecstasy to watch as they're applied throughout the film. One of its more simple applications of editing, camera work, as well, of course, the actor's convincing delivery of lines, is in the scene immediately after Mark is left for dead after a small pebble strikes him, where Teddy Sanders has to announce his death to the world. There are a lot of ways that you could frame the scene, most of them probably involving some sort of the filmmakers making this scene probably had a lot of ideas for this, and they executed all of them in a single shot, which I think is what made it just such a well-executed shot. Anyways, the scene begins zoomed in on Teddy's face as he watching from a TV screen, where his voice is slightly distorted but still professional. The camera slowly pans out to reveal news headlines surrounding him, providing more information on what exactly he's reporting about. Eventually, the headlines disappear, as well as the TV screen effect and the distortion in his voice. He sits on the information that Mark is dead, saving it for last, but still repeating it twice. Enough yap, just watch the scene.
During the evacuation, astronaut Mark Watney was struck by debris and killed. Commander Lewis and the rest of her team were able to intercept safely with the Hermes and are now heading home. But Mark Watney is dead.
If this film had a true antagonist, Teddy Sanders would definitely fit that mark the most. He resists the initial attempts to view their Mars habitat with the satellites that would end up revealing Mark's true fate, and is generally a force that attempts to resist the innovative ideas that people come up with to attempt to bring him home. Jeff Daniels plays this role pretty straightforward as a no-nonsense boss whose biggest concern is deadlines and public image over actual guiding principles. In a lot of ways, he could just as well be your boss at your actual job, and he plays that role just right. Another excellent example of the genius camera work within the film is through the use of the official cameras throughout the habitat. A large chunk of the film is shot through these security feeds, limiting our understanding of how Mark lives to what NASA would have been able to see. Of course, this isn't the rule, and we see Mark's perspective and out of his perspective through this film plenty of times, or this film wouldn't even really be about Mark. But they had a beautiful layer of immersion into this already super believable and established world, separating us, the viewer, from some of Mark's more personal moments, when he rages or just simply documenting his experience. It's seen through the security feeds. The simple touch of putting an interface over the camera does so much to build upon the world, and is one of the most realistic additions to this movie. Realistically, NASA would want to be in constant communication with all of their astronauts, so having cameras strewn about throughout the hab feels reasonable, and almost expected. Normally, these cameras would broadcast Mark's every move to NASA, but since the main satellite dish was knocked off from the very scientifically accurate dust storm from the start of the movie, and it's what impaled Mark, putting him into this predicament, cameras instead simulate some of Mark's most personal moments, when he's journaling, when he's scared, or just trying to work out the solution to a problem he has. It's communicated through these normally invasive cameras eyeing him whenever he's indoors. The Martian is a deeply satisfying movie. It doesn't attempt to teach some overarching moral or lesson. It seeks to entertain and tell an incredibly well-structured story of a lonely space pirate making his way back home, accompanied with the funkiest songs that Ridley Scott could find. Because of how much technical language is used, a lot of the meaning within the dialogue is surface level, every character meaning pretty much exactly what they say. A lot of the subtle messaging this film has to offer is done through the camera work and acting. A lot of the time, Mark hides his stress through his charge straight ahead of the problem optimism, which is about the only way you can cope with a challenge as monumental as surviving on a planet unsuited for life. Matt Damon absolutely crushes his role, and I can't imagine a lot of people being a better fit for the role besides him. And now nothing this dude does can make me angry as a result of his infectious charisma. Anyhow, I give this film a well-deserved 4.5 stars out of 5. While this film doesn't have a huge message it wants to tell you to change your life, Mark Watney's courageous human spirit never ceases to inspire me, even on my umpteenth watch-through of the film. This film aims to give you a good time, improve your music taste, and inspire you to never back down and never give up in the face of overwhelming odds. Thank you for watching my video. It is almost 4 a.m. I am going to go to bed and